puzzle games. There are lots of them, many of which are on the Switch. Games like Tetris, where you place blocks down to try and create a full line of blocks to disappear. Or perhaps Puyo Puyo, where you have to group similar colored circles together in order to make them disappear. There's so many puzzle games like this. Pokemon Puzzle League, Dr. Mario, even Tetris 99, while a battle royale, is still a puzzle game at heart. And one I made a video about years ago, you should check that out maybe. But one game has been taking the eShop by storm, leaving people addicted and glued to their Switches. All because of a puzzle game involving a big, scrumptious, juicy watermelon. That's right, we're talking about Suika Game. Suika Game, or Watermelon Game. Can you guess why it's called that? That's right, it's about peppers. A game where you have to drop fruit down, but match fruit together to combine them to form even bigger fruit. And you try your best to do so until you have 2 watermelons that combine and get you the highest score possible. This game came out of nowhere and just rose in popularity through word of mouth, mostly due to its simple gameplay and its low price. So much so that it was the top-selling eShop game at one point. It wasn't long until I tried it myself to see what the fruit hullabaloo was all about. So let's take a look at this vitamin C combining conundrum as we take a look at Suika Game. And so here is the title screen. There it is. No story, no cutscene. It's just the main menu where you see a bunch of cute fruit. Simple and clean. Is the way that you're making me feel tonight. The goal of the game is to group fruit together. 2 of the same fruit combine to make a bigger one. And they keep combining so they can become bigger, and so on and so forth, until you get a giant watermelon! You must combine as much fruit as you can without overflowing the top of the screen. Once the fruit overflows, game over. It's a pretty simple game. What you see is what you get. There's not really a plot or anything to tie it all together, but that's okay. This isn't Super Melon RPG. It would be kind of weird if the fruit started talking.
Hey, you!
Am I going insane? I already did.
It's me! I'm Watermelon!
Oh, hi, talking fruit.
Do you know how fruit is made?
Well, you take a seed, grow it to the ground, and then you gotta water it. I learned a lot of this in Stardew Valley, but basically...
Wrong! That's not how fruit is made! In Suika Game, the best game ever, fruit is made by combining smaller fruit to get bigger fruit.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm looking for my watermelon soulmate who I can disappear with into the void. A melon with good taste and who will love me, seeds and all. Are you my watermelon soulmate? You don't look like a watermelon, or even a fruit for that matter, but you never know. That bald head of yours could be a melon of some sort. Maybe one that's been out in the sun too long. You know, melons do come in all different shapes and sizes.
So anyway, the game itself is really cute and has an extremely adorable and endearing art style. Reminds me a bit of what you would see in those sensory videos for babies. Yeah, pretty much. But with melons! It does give off a cozy atmosphere for sure. This seems like a game where you can play it while snug in your bed, getting a quick game or 2 in before you go to sleep. Or keep playing and playing until the sun rises and throw sleep out the window. It's all inviting and very welcoming and super pleasing to the eye, and fits the whole gameplay of stacking and combining cozy fruit together. There's even a whole fruit chart that's displayed on the bottom right corner that shows exactly how fruit evolves over the game. Cherries are the smallest, to strawberries, to grapes, a decapon, look it up, persimmons, apples, lemons, peaches, pineapples, melons, the fruit getting bigger and bigger until you get the majestic watermelon.
That's me!
The watermelon is the biggest of the bunch, and if you get 2 of them, the 2 watermelon disappear and give you a bunch of points. While the points are appreciated, that must be terrible at the grocery store. Imagine if that happened with food in real life. But for a puzzle game, it works. It's like clearing a board in Tetris, and it feels just as satisfying. If it weren't close to impossible for me to get the watermelon at all. Why is grouping groceries so difficult? The trick to Suika Game is that it's not on a grid system. It's more of a roly-poly physics type of game, where it has ball physics that will drop and roll wherever it wants. This can be both a blessing and a curse. But mostly a curse. You have to really keep the physics in mind if you want to make sure you get the fruits to touch. You gotta really drop your fruit just right and hope it goes where it's supposed to go. And oftentimes, I've had it bounce or roll or glitch in the complete opposite direction of where I wanted it to go. Also, a lot of smaller fruits can get in the way when it comes to getting the bigger produce to touch. So you have to really think of using fruit not only to combine with other fruit, but also to see if you can nudge the produce in the right direction. I have sacrificed many a strawberry and cherry to move some lemons so they could touch. Come on, touch! Touch, dang it! Touch! Please, for the love of God, why won't you fruits touch? I just need you to...
It's so beautiful.
A valid strategy for winning Suika Game is one I don't hear a lot of people say. It's basically to wait and do nothing at all. Okay, that's exaggerating a bit. What I mean is don't mindlessly drop every fruit you see, as sometimes the physics can work to your advantage, as fruit will push itself closer to one another just on its own, making it so they fuse together with little to no effort thanks to the physics. You gotta be patient, as just waiting for fruit to do their thing can take time. Also, it's hard for them to do anything while you're watching anyway. Give those apples some privacy! So this game sounds easy then, especially if there are points where the game does the work for you. Oh, I assure you, this fruit game is a lot more devious than it lets on.
I'm better.
So, what's the hard part? Getting fruit to touch? What's the big deal? Well, like a lot of puzzle games, the top can be the most dangerous part. And if any of your fruit make it past that top line, game over. I don't care if it's the biggest melon or the smallest cherry. If the slightest pixel of fruit goes over that line, you're done. You lose. Back to square one with the fruit. Good day, sir. This is going to require you to strategize your game. And if you want to last and beat your high score, you really have to think carefully of where you put each fruit. If you just throw them around willy-nilly, you're gonna get a game over real quick. But by making sure you use the physics to your advantage, you can rely on the combination of skill and luck to get the highest score. Because eventually, Suika Game is about surviving as long as you can, as the fruit will inevitably pile up. Which is fine when it does stack and overflow. It makes sense you're gonna end your round. But I've literally had it where the physics will just glitch and launch a fruit to the top of the screen, past the line, and it will give me a game over with plenty of space left. What? Why does it do this? Why does it decide to yeet my fruit like it's being launched through a slingshot? This has left me almost infuriated as it cuts my game short, even when logically it shouldn't, and there's plenty of space. It just seems like a weird problem with this engine and a cheap way to get a game over. It really ticks me off. In fact, even with strategy, it can seem impossible at times to get two watermelon to touch in the first place. There are so many factors that prevent you from combining watermelon. Too many big fruit taking up the screen, too much small fruit getting in the way, the physics, fruit taking forever to touch, and let's not forget, my lack of ability to truly strategize. It can feel unfair, as even if you are lucky enough to get two watermelon on the screen, getting them to touch will be a nightmare. It's no wonder the talking watermelon is starting to get desperate.
Are you my soulmate? Are you my soulmate? Are you my soulmate? Are you my soulmate?
I'll tell you when I've had enough coffee.
Oh, heavens to Megatron, I hope not.
This game is similar to a lot of arcade and mobile games, where you just want to go and do a lot more and try again, no matter how many times watermelon refuse to be together.
Yes! People want to keep going because humans want us to find our soulmates.
Actually, it's because the game is so easy, anyone can play it.
Are you calling me easy?
No. One of the great things about this game is that while it can be difficult to master, anyone can play it. The simple concept combined with the cute art style and fun gameplay, it is just so accessible that anyone can try it out. There's a reason this game is still one of the most solid games on the eShop, because it's not a difficult game to understand. It's the beauty of puzzle games like this. You could show this to your grandma and she would think it's cute and pick it up no problem. Anyone can play, but it takes skill to master. And the game wants you to keep playing this game daily if possible. You can log your best 3 scores each day, and the game encourages you to play each and every day to keep your streak up. But let's be honest, you're going to be playing a lot more than that. This game can get super addicting, and you can lose time by playing this fruit game for hours. Although for me, I do have my limits. I remember really getting into it when I first played it, but there were times where I just had to quit. Mostly because I would become frustrated with the game or losing a run. Or my main problem with the Suika game, the music. Well, saying the music is a problem is a little misleading. My main problem is the one song that plays with Suika Game. Over and over and over and over and over and over and... It's not that it's a bad song, not at all. It's a very chipper dipper tune that really sets the easygoing tone of the game, puts anyone in a good mood, and is a great track to accompany your gameplay. But it's the only track to accompany your gameplay. The only song! I've only played this game for over 5 hours, not even that long. And I know people who have doubled, tripled, already getting close to Animal Crossing levels of hours. Imagine if you are playing Suika for 48 hours of playtime and all you hear is this. How would that not get on anyone's nerves? It's one of the reasons I stopped playing. I just get sick of the music. I have no idea why there isn't more song selections for a game like this. If you're going to be playing any game for a long period of time, the song that plays in the background is incredibly important. I understand that for some game companies, making music is difficult, and a lot of times you can only do it when necessary. But also, it's 2023. Even puzzle games in the 80s had more song choices. Dr. Mario had 2 tracks, and even Tetris, the granddaddy of these games, had 3, even if they were remixes of public domain songs. And I know, you're probably thinking, why can't you just mute it? Well, you're right, I could, and a lot of people probably do, and replace it with another song. But I like hearing the sound effects in my games and would rather just have the full experience. But there's no way to just turn the music off either. It's all or nothing. Why? It would make all the difference if something else would play while combining my big, juicy melons. That works perfectly. This game is a weird one. At times, it can really be a frustrating experience. But also, I'm enjoying it and having a lot of fun with it. Let's keep in mind, this game is $3 on the eShop. Honest to God, a true steal. And in an age where Switch games are $60, sometimes even $70, it's nice to find an inexpensive game that has effort into it. It's cute and colorful. It has a lot of strategy to it. And you can find yourself wasting hours upon hours. Or be like me, who wants to play a quick game or 2 before bed. It's harmless, entertaining, and honestly a good recommendation for any puzzle player out there who wants to try something different. Even if you aren't a fan of puzzles, this game is under $5. Detective Pikachu came out and it was 10 times the price of this. And guess which game people talked about more? If you are even remotely interested, I say give it a shot. I think there's also a PC version you can play as well, with different designs and even different physics. But you still don't get that quality feeling of playing a cute puzzle game on the Nintendo Switch. And also, it's a lot more challenging. If you want the challenging version, play the Nintendo Switch one. When it comes to Suika Game, this fruit gem is truly perfect. Wait, there aren't any pears in this game.
I don't understand. Is there no watermelon truly right for me? Am I forever a fruit doomed to not disappear into the void? Why must I suffer alone in this cruel, loveless, fruity-tooty world?
It's okay, Watermelon. I'm sure you'll find your great produce in the sky and do whatever it is you gotta do.
Shut up! I am a beautiful watermelon who deserves love, and I'm going to get it! And I don't care if you have to play this game while going to every grocery store on the planet! So you're going to help me find love, so help me God! Or else I...
I'm more of a great person anyway. What did you think of Suika Game? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the like button and stay tuned for more videos.
Excuse me, miss. Are you all right?
I'm okay. I just got flown out of the window by a bald guy. No big deal.
I'm sorry to intrude, but you have the finest seeds I have ever seen in any melon.
And you have some nice legs.
There was a problem with some pesticides in the garden I grew up in.
No, it's fine. I like a melon who never skips leg day.
Would you like to come with me to the apple orchard? There is some amazing shade under those trees, I'll tell you.
Well, what are we waiting for?
I need to eat some vegetables.